Charm before chains, how Jezebel entangles. Ava never saw it coming. The charismatic new manager at work seemed like the answer to all their team's problems. Where the previous manager had been distant and disorganized, Nadia was attentive, charming, and full of compliments for Ava's work. "You're exactly what this department needs," Nadia would say, her eyes twinkling with what seemed like genuine admiration. Not like the others who just don't get it. Within weeks, Ava found herself in Nadia's inner circle, privy to office gossip and departmental secrets. She felt special, chosen. The honey was sweet, and Ava drank it deeply. But 3 months in, subtle changes began to appear. When Ava shared an idea in meetings, Nadia would smile tightly and say, "That's interesting, but what we really need is ... double quotes before presenting Ava's exact concept as her own." When Ava completed projects successfully, Nadia would find small flaws. Her criticism always delivered with that same sweet smile. "I'm only being hard on you because I see so much potential," she would say. "I hold you to a higher standard." The isolation happened so gradually that Ava hardly noticed. First, her lunch invitations from colleagues dwindled. Then she discovered that Nadia had been sharing concerns about Ava's work ethic with senior management. When Ava tried to address these issues directly, Nadia's eyes would widen in innocent surprise. "I think you're being a bit paranoid," she would say. "Maybe you're just not handling the pressure well." The chains were being forged link by link, and Ava was already wearing them. What Ava experienced is what many call a Jezebel dynamic, named after the biblical queen known for manipulation and control. Today, we're exploring how this pattern of entanglement works, why it's so effective, and most importantly, how to break free. The Jezebel archetype follows a predictable pattern. First comes the charm phase, the honey. They offer excessive praise, special attention, and create an aura of being the only one who truly sees you. They're often charismatic, providing solutions to problems you didn't even know you had. This is followed by the isolation phase. The manipulator subtly separates you from your support network. They plant seeds of doubt about friends and family or create situations that strain your existing relationships. Next is the destabilization phase. Once isolated, they begin to undermine your confidence and sense of reality. Gaslighting becomes common, denying conversations that happened, rewriting events, and making you question your own perceptions. Finally comes the control phase, the chains. With your support system weakened and your self-trust damaged, you become dependent on the manipulator for validation, direction, and even your sense of reality. Why are these tactics so effective? The Jezebel dynamic exploits fundamental human needs, our desire for connection, validation, and belonging. The manipulator identifies your deepest yearnings and presents themselves as the solution. Spiritually speaking, this pattern represents an energy vampire, someone who drains your life force by keeping you in constant emotional turmoil. They feed off your confusion, your desperate attempts to please them, and your growing self-doubt. But awareness is the first step toward freedom. Here are the signs to watch for. Love bombing and excessive praise early in the relationship, creating a special connection that seems almost magical. Subtle criticism disguised as help or concern. Triangulation, bringing others into your conflicts to validate their perspective. Hot and cold behavior, unpredictable shifts between adoration and distance. The path to healing from a Jezebel dynamic requires several steps. Reconnect with reality. Start documenting interactions. Trust your instincts when something feels wrong, even if you can't immediately identify why. Rebuild boundaries. Begin with small acts of self-protection. You don't need to announce your boundaries, just establish them quietly and firmly. Reclaim your support network. Reach out to friends and family, even if it's been a while. True connections will welcome you back without judgment. Restore your spiritual center. These manipulative relationships often disrupt our connection to our higher selves. Meditation, prayer, or whatever spiritual practice resonates with you can help reestablish that vital connection. For those who recognize themselves as having Jezebel tendencies, there is healing for you too. This pattern often develops as a survival mechanism from your own past trauma. The need to control others typically stems from profound fear and insecurity. Your path involves facing your fear of vulnerability. Control is an illusion that keeps you isolated from genuine connection. Developing authentic self-worth that doesn't depend on manipulating others' perceptions. learning healthy ways to meet your needs through honest communication rather than manipulation. As for Ava, her story didn't end in chains. A former colleague reached out about a job opportunity, breaking through the isolation just enough for Ava to gain perspective. The awakening was painful, acknowledging how entangled she'd become wasn't easy. But with each small step toward reclaiming her power, the chains began to loosen. She smiled politely and maintained her boundaries. Some lessons, once learned, transform us forever. Remember, whether you're currently entangled or helping someone who is, awareness breaks the spell, boundaries break the chains, and authentic connection is the true honey that nourishes the soul.